Able-bodied no longer appears to be a requirement to serve in the Russian army. News.com has learned of new reports that a ragtag branch of the Russian military now includes people with amputated limbs. Britain's Defense Ministry posted an intelligence briefing on X, formerly Twitter, making the claim on Monday, December 18. It focused on the Storm Z units that the Russian military has cobbled together to fight Ukraine. The update says it's highly likely that some units include people who return to combat duties with unhealed wounds, and even after limb amputations. News reported earlier in December that Storm Z units include convicted criminals and even murderers. They can receive pardons after serving 6 months on the front lines. Prisoners often lack the paperwork required to access military hospitals, the British report claims. So this increases the chances that Russian inmates will go into action as wounded warriors. This helps in reducing pressure on an overburned military medical system, the report admits. But expressed tabloid quotes from a more detailed British briefing that claims Storm Z members have frequently received minimal or no treatment. That's reportedly also true for Wagner Group personnel, who are rumored to be slowly returning to the front lines after their leader Yevgeny Prigozhin died in August. The 22-month fight between Russia and Ukraine has led to hundreds of thousands of casualties on both sides. According to The Guardian, as many as 50,000 Ukrainians have lost limbs. Ukraine's health department confirmed to BBC News in September that 15,000 Ukrainian residents were amputated in the first half of 2023. It did not disclose exactly how many of them serve in the military. By comparison, Britain had 41,000 military amputees during World War I and 12,000 during World War II. One hospital in southeast Ukraine estimates it's cared for at least 20,000 wounded soldiers. There's no word of any of them returning to combat. Simply caring for so many is challenging enough. We definitely are not ready, as a country, for a big number of people with disabilities on the streets, Olga Rudneva with the Superhumans Rehabilitation Clinic said. People will need to learn to interact. The Ukrainian version of Vogue magazine tried to reduce the stigma this fall, with a photo shoot featuring amputees. It's not clear what Russia is doing with its disabled soldiers. After World War II, Joseph Stalin deported some Soviet fighters to labor camps. Rudneva noted that even if the warfare ended today, the amputation count would keep increasing. That's because 40% of Ukraine's territory is now mined, she estimated. It will take us decades to clear it, and people will be returning to their houses and they will be stepping on mines for years.